Hey guys, how's it going? It's Jewel and Dorit here, and welcome to the Essetino Weekly Mastermind, episode number 5.
Yes, welcome everybody. Every single week we go live on the Essetino Artist channel as well as on Facebook to spend some time with you, to hang out with you. We really want this to be a resource for you. We're dedicated to helping creative entrepreneurs grow and connect with each other. We want you guys to meet each other. That's why we do member features as well and answer your questions. So we're happy to have you here. And we have a few announcements for you. We're going to be sharing some of our wins and some of your guys' wins as well. We have an amazing community on Facebook. If you're not part of it, make sure you join. It's called the Creative Business Success Facebook group. And it's the link that's scrolling down, the ticker at the bottom there. You can feel free to join that by typing in the name or just by going straight to that link. I think we have a few people already saying hello, chiming in. Hello, Lenny.
We've got Lenny in the house.
And hello, Linda.
Linda.
And Secrets Relax. Hello. Welcome, everybody. We're just setting up here.
All right. So I wanted to share something, a win that you guys probably already saw it, but I interviewed William Hung last week. That was really crazy for me because I remember William Hung back in 2003 when he did that audition, and I was like 15, 16 years old. And for me to, because I remember where I was at that time in my life, I was pretty confused. Wasn't really good academically in school. Like, I was a great artist and stuff like that. Any art subject I took, I pretty much got 99 or 100% in the class. But in terms of regular academics, I was pretty horrible, and it didn't seem like I was gonna have a great future at the time, because back in 2003, it was like, you go to school, you get a job, you go to university, get a job, that kind of thing. And so for me to be a YouTuber and interview him means a lot. Like that shows me the range of where I've come from.
Amazing. Yeah, that was a really exciting interview. If you guys haven't watched it, make sure you take a look at that on the YouTube channel. William is super inspirational. His whole story is very inspirational. We also have another guest for you coming up, a special guest that we're going to interview on Tuesday. So that's this coming Tuesday, July 14th, I believe. Just give me a second. Yeah, July
Tuesday.
14th. And at 6 p.m. PST, we're going to be interviewing Rob Balasabas on the channel. So Rob is the brand evangelist from TubeBuddy. He's also, previous to that, he's worked at Thinkific. You guys might be familiar with that platform as well. But yeah, he's with TubeBuddy right now. He is such a great leader and person in general in terms of gathering and building a community online, and he does it wherever he goes. So I wanted to bring him on the channel so we can learn more from him in terms of how to build a community online. How do you build a successful community around your passion and around your area of expertise? Because that's pretty much what we're all doing here, right? That's what social media is about, and putting yourself out there is having other people connect with you and what you do and bringing them into your world so that you could start to build your audience and your fan base around your passion. So he's
really good at building community,
a ton of wisdom to share on that.
I see, that's why he, like, his position in TubeBuddy, and he has some Facebook groups that he runs, and we're always learning from him because he's really good at connecting people and just like shining the light on other people, but creating a community at the same time. So we've been definitely learning a lot from him. And you might see I'm moving around my hand a lot, and you might see this.
Oh, yes.
Update. Yeah. So I I sprained my pinky finger, and it is a sprain that apparently has been. So I've been having this pain in my pinky finger since March, and I didn't really think anything of it. And then the last 2-3 weeks, it started to get pretty bad, like to the point where I would hold a knife and it was like so painful to hold the knife, and then I'd move my hand and it's kind of be stuck in this like curved formation. And I was like, Kate, something's wrong with my pinky. It feels really weird. None of the other fingers like feel any kind of pain or discomfort. And so I saw a physiotherapist who specializes in hand therapy. And I was, she checked out my hand and she's like, it looks like you sprained it. And I was like, this has been happening since March. So you're telling me I sprained it in March? And she's like, it looks like it. And so now I have to keep it in this formation here pretty much 24/7 for at least 7 to 10 days. It's kind of, I have to wash the dishes properly and stuff like that, but it's on the heel, it's on mending right now. So I appreciate your guys' healing vibes for this, because this has been going on for a bit now, and the last little bit has been like alarming to me, because I'm like, whoa, what's happening to my finger here? So appreciate the healing vibes.
Yeah, that's one thing that happened this past week. Let us know how your guys' week was, by the way. I have a win to share as well, and I encourage you to share yours as well. But before we do that, please do put in the comments, what have you been up to this week? What is one thing that went really well this past week? We'd love to hear from you, and also everybody would love to hear what is going on in your world. It's encouraging, it's inspiring to hear what we're all doing. But yeah, let's say hello. I see some more comments come in. Liat, hello. So guys, by the way, something really cool happened. I think it was Monday. No, it was Sunday. So Sunday, my sister and nephews and her family, and also Cheeks from Product Patrol, who is my brother-in-law, all surprised us here in Vancouver. They drove all the way from Ontario to be with us this summer. So every summer I have my sister come and visit, and it's something that I always look forward to. And I was kind of upset earlier in this year, because I was always thinking about whether she'd be able to come visit, and given all of the stuff that's happened in this year, and flights being shut down. So I wasn't sure if the summer would be the same Liat summer that I'm used to. But it was so cool, amazing that they drove all the way from
They
Ontario.
surprised us, so random. Like,
Yeah,
they just
it was
showed
really
up
cool.
At like 9 p.m. We were visiting Arit's parents, and they knew that they were coming. And Arit's dad was kind of just like, oh, hang out here for a little bit longer.
Yeah, he was trying to get us to stay longer, and I was wondering why. I was like, something
And
is up here.
We were like, oh, we should probably like get back to work and stuff. And like, and then at 9 p.m. they show up, and we were totally surprised, blown away.
It was amazing.
Here we went to the beach. Here you can see there's Product Patrol, there's Camera Lady, which is Liat, there's me, Arit, and her mom.
So look forward to some episodes where we'll be having Cheeks and Liat, possibly, if she wants to join as well, in our future live stream of next week. Who knows? We'll see. We'll see what happens.
So yeah, we will be doing vlogs with them, and we will actually, a vlog coming up is that the four of us, so Cheeks, who is the guy in Product Patrol, Camera Lady, who is Liat, me and Arit, we are doing a juice cleanse. So, and I'm going to be, we're doing a 3-day juice cleanse.
Yes.
And it kind of just came up in conversation, and one thing led to another. And then we're all ordering these sets of juice cleanses. We've ordered, each of us has our own set, and it's a 3-day juice cleanse. And we are doing it next week. And I'm going to be vlogging how this goes. I've done a juice cleanse before, and it's a journey. It's a mental and physical journey. So I'm excited for that. I'm excited for this vlog.
Just saying. We're not going to be eating anything in those 3 days, just drinking juices.
We're going for a detox and just to reset the body, the metabolism, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And we've
Teddy,
got
hello.
Teddy in the house.
Great to see you as well. Let us know what you're up to.
Teddy said, missed the interview, but watched it today. Nice.
Excellent.
Appreciate you watching that. And then Lenny says, TubeBuddy is fire. Yeah, we use it every day for multiple things.
Mm-hmm. Hello, Roland.
Roland's in the house.
Nice to see you again. And Linda, yeah, it was
It's about
5 days. 5 days, 4 nights. That's what they said.
Cheeks is doing like a vlog, and I heard a part of the vlog, and it said that it was over 4,000 kilometers drive. So pretty far away.
Yeah.
Liat said, nothing will stop me from coming to see you.
I know. Amazing. I love it. I love it.
And then we've got Phil in the house. Hey, Phil.
Hi, Phil. How's it going?
I checked the tracking for the microphone, and it says that it's in London. So it's at the facility in London.
It's closer.
Yeah, so it's in your country now. So it's almost there, unless you've already received it. I have no idea. And then Liat says, you'll be vlogging me hangry. I think we're all going to be hangry.
Yeah.
Juice cleanses tend to have headaches. All the times I've done it, 2 or 3 times now, you get headaches. It's kind of part of it. So we'll see how this goes. It'll be fun to vlog. Like day 1, well, I know we're all going to be like, woohoo, excited. And then by day 2 and 3, we'll be like, don't film me.
Yeah. I will especially be like that.
It is torture, but it is also beneficial.
Yeah, we wanted to do a good reset. I think it would be good. I mean, it's recommended to do a cleanse every once in a while, every month I hear, but yeah, we haven't done this in a few years since the last time. So yes, we're being very adventurous. This will be a different kind of vlog. Not a hike adventure, but a different kind of adventure.
Oh, and we are doing another hike, actually.
Yeah, on Sunday.
We are doing another hike this Sunday, and it's a 10-kilometer one this time, so it's a pretty decent one. It's going to be about like a 6-hour long hike, so pretty decent.
Yes. Another cool thing that happened this past week, I don't know if some of you guys saw my post on Facebook, is one of my articles, my blog articles, got featured on Thrive Global. So that was super exciting because I think I mentioned to you guys, like back when we were doing the daily quarantine episodes, that I was preparing some blog posts and reaching out to different editors of publications to see if they would publish my post. And this was really cool. Thrive Global is, I think, it's owned by Ariana Huffington or something like that. And the whole thing with Thrive Global is just all about well-being, like thriving mentally, physically, career-wise, all of that. So I wrote a post on the 7 things that creative entrepreneurs can do to thrive now. And yeah, that was published. So that was really cool. That was a win that I wanted to share from the past week. And the link to the article is shared in the Facebook group, in our Creative Business Success Facebook group.
So it's and the reason why you're doing this is it's a strategy that you are learning from a course, right?
Yeah. So the whole idea is, we have a system down with YouTube. We're continuing it. We have the muscle down. This is like, YouTube is basically our marketing engine for everything, for, all that we do, our products and services in our business. So the thing is, though, because we've kind of, we're getting into the hang of that, or we worked that muscle, I want to now move on to another marketing method. So I learned about guest posting as another marketing method. So really, it's also similar in that you're positioning yourself as an authority and providing value in the form of a blog post, and then getting people to come back onto your website. Maybe you're offering them a free guide, or you're inviting them to your academy, or whatever that might be. So
It's
so
similar.
just getting into that.
It's like what we do with our YouTube videos, but in a blog format.
Yeah, and leveraging off of the existing traffic and reader base of those big publications. So yeah, that's exciting. I'm happy about that.
Linda says, I'm so happy the gang is all here.
Mm-hmm.
I know, it's so cool. And Phil says, what juices can you drink? Like any juice? So the cleanses are usually, I mean, you can do your own. Like there are YouTube videos showing you all the stuff that you need to buy, but from my experience of juicing, it is a ton of prep, a ton of work, going to the grocery store, buying all the stuff. You need a lot of fruits and veggies to get a decent amount of juice. And because there's 4 of us, and like it would take a long time to make all those juices.
Like several pounds of fruits and vegetables.
I think like way more pounds, a lot.
Yeah.
So we decided to purchase it off of a website in Canada. And there's tons of them. And they offer these juicing packages. It's usually 6 juices per day, a total of, and the standard juice cleanse is like a 3-day juice cleanse. And so you have 6 juices per day, a total of 18 juices. And they vary. So there's fruit juices, and they have all these different kinds of blends. Each company is different.
Mm-hmm.
But usually it's like fruit and vegetable type juices, different blends, and then you drink those throughout the day, like every 2 to 3 hours.
No, Roland, you're not allowed to send us photos of your steak dinners at all.
Oh
or
my
desserts.
God.
We'll just get even more hangry.
I know. It is a mental game for sure. You don't realize how much you are so used to eating physical
like
food.
Chewing on something.
Because when you are only drinking, and 3 days doesn't sound like a long time, but I assure you, after day 1, you're like, whoa, this is so weird. Like only drinking liquid, especially if you haven't done it before. We've got here Product Patrol in the house.
Hello.
Product Patrol is so close to 25,000 subscribers. I think they're like less than 50 subscribers away.
Oh man, we got to get them to 25. You guys go and support Product Patrol. He has some awesome, crazy, fun product reviews on his channel.
Yeah.
As you can see here by all these emojis.
And I will probably be in some of his product review videos. Usually when he visits every summer, I usually make an appearance in his product review videos. So I'll probably be doing some of those. Maybe if he does a live stream, we'll probably be in that as well.
Mm-hmm.
We're actually going to see him later, and I'm bringing him our green screen to use.
Yes.
I have it packed away, cheeks. Lenny says, awesome. How did you get picked by the website?
Oh, by Thrive. So I'm part of this course where I'm learning about the different publications and how to get published on these big PR kind of sites. So I submitted my article with Thrive Global. They're each different. With Thrive, you can submit your article to them. You actually write the post out on their platform and you submit it to them. And you need to get approved by an editor. So because of all, there's certain things that you need to understand in terms of the do's and don'ts of that platform. So because I have that knowledge, I can, it was easier for me to get published on that site. I'm still learning about other ones. So that was really cool. I was excited that the editor had approved the post there. And of course, as I learn more about this stuff, guys, I'm probably going to create more videos on the channel for you about how to do this yourself. But, I want to get through more articles to really understand and learn more about it so I can share it with you.
Phil says, my favorite is cranberry juice. I find
that's really sweet, I think. Or maybe
sour? Or
it was like it's tart, but then I guess the one that I had was sweet. Maybe it's the one with sugar.
The lemon one is always good.
cranberry lemon juice.
No, like whenever they do the juice cleanse and there's like a lemon one with mixed with something else, that's always good.
Yeah, sometimes there's gonna be some weird
Yeah.
stuff, like cayenne pepper and
The green
who
kale
knows?
one is probably gonna be nasty. And then here, we will answer this one in a second because it is a long, we have to go into detail for this. So I'm sure you've been asked before, but how did you get started? What was your inspiration? We will definitely answer that in a couple moments. We'll loop back around to that one. Lenny says, can you drink water in between? Yes, they recommend drinking as much water. They recommend the 8 glasses thing, but they recommend drinking water so that you can flush it all out. We will be going to the washroom a lot. And Roland says, sorry, I'm messing with you both. No worries. We know what we're getting into. We're mentally preparing right now.
And yeah, Lenny, we've pretty much cleared our schedule for the cleanse. So no,
like literally cleared
no
it.
Lives, no. Oh, actually,
whoa,
we didn't clear that live. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
because we wanted to start it next Wednesday after the live stream, but there will be a live. Okay, you guys might get to see us.
It might be more casual live where we have it on mobile and we're laying down or something.
Oh, wow. Okay. We're down for it.
Because we were like, okay, we're doing a hike on Sunday. We have this interview with Rob. Okay, Wednesday. But then we forgot that we have a Thursday.
It's too crazy to clear absolutely everything on the schedule. But yes, no hikes. That's for sure.
Are you going to share the course?
Yes, the course is, the instructor of the course is Susie Moore, and the course is called 5 Minutes to Famous. So it's all about guest posting and her method for how she created massive leverage in terms of getting published on all these major sites. My goal is to get published on entrepreneur.com. That's the ladder that I am climbing. She has a lot of great success in that, and her course is really good.
Linda says, I kind of agree with Lenny. You might want to put off the hike for a few days. That's why we're doing the hike first and then the juice cleanse after.
No hikes while on the cleanse.
No, it said very light workouts, like walking type stuff, yoga and that kind of thing. Linda says, I learned what and added end screens to most of my videos. Nice.
Awesome. That's really great. So you might start to see some increases then amongst all of your videos because you're interlinking your videos. And make sure the end screens are to related videos as well. Like after they've just watched this one, they will also like this one so that they're more likely to click on that video. But that's awesome, Linda. Great job.
And Linda said, and started a new journal. Yes, I saw that you had mentioned that, and I'm so excited to receive my journal. I got Linda to make a journal for me, a travel journal, and gave her some specifications of color. Wanted it to be purple, and then I wanted it to be like a travel theme. And she did do a video on it. The thing is massive, and I'm already coming up with some ideas on how I want to use the journal. And it already hasn't even arrived yet, but it already means so much to me because the journal represents like a travel and freedom to me because we get to travel. Well, we were traveling a lot. We were traveling a lot up until March. And it just, I'm just so humbled by the freedom that we have created for ourselves. And travel is one of those things that I really enjoy, like wherever we go. I always love going to a new place and trying out the new things, the culture. And so that journal will mean a lot to me.
Yeah, traveling is very symbolic of the lifestyle that we've created, and we're really grateful for it.
And then we'll circle back to Denzel's question here. How did you get started and what was your inspiration? So if we want to go way back, it was when I read the book The Secret, and that was in about 2009-ish. And both Arit and I had 9-to-5 jobs in downtown. I worked at an insurance company. I was a claims clerk / adjuster. So if you called in with a car crash or your home was flooded, I would start the claim for you, and then I would hand it off to a more accomplished adjuster to finish it off, depending on what the claim was. If it was like a deer hit your windshield, then I can send you to a body shop and get that fixed. But for the most part, if it was like car-on-car collision, then I would have to hand it off. So that was like my job that I was doing before entrepreneurship. I found the book The Secret in a bookstore here in Canada, and that book was called The Secret. Totally changed my life. I bought that book, read it in the same day, and at the end of reading it that night, I said, I want to become an entrepreneur. I said, I don't know what kind. And at the same time, online world was emerging, blogs and websites and stuff like that. And I said, I want to get in on this online world. It's fascinating. It seems like it's where it's going to be. And at the time, I wasn't very good at technology. Like, I wouldn't even call myself really good at technology now, but I wasn't very well on the computer. Like, I knew how to do Word document, and that's about it. And I wasn't comfortable really on computers. And so read that book. And then in 2010, we started our very first our idea, which was a greeting card company. And we thought we both really liked art, and we were creative. And so Arit was good with construction paper and making these homemade greeting cards. And I said, okay, I can join in on that as well. So out of nowhere, we just went, we're a greeting card company. And then it was when we came back from a walk from Starbucks, literally chose the name that night. Arit made a logo and paint. And then we went to Michael's craft store, bought a bunch of crafts, and then started the business. We didn't ask anyone how to do anything. We just Googled stuff, read Business for Dummies, and then just started it from there. Obviously, that greeting company failed because we realized that
it wasn't in business for that long.
Yeah, it was like a couple months.
It was our first attempt at entrepreneurship, at starting a creative business. And yeah, the thing is, like Jewel said, we just jumped into it because that's something that we wanted to try out, is just like creating something. But also along at the same time as well, we were part of a business networking group. And in that group, we got introduced to lots of other people who were doing what they love, who were building out their dreams, and they were reading all these books like The Secret, like 4-Hour Work Week, like Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Think and Grow Rich. And we had never heard of any of these books before.
And we were exposed to a world that we had no idea about.
Yeah, it was really cool. So we started getting into that mindset as well, just being around that community and reading those books. And that really, being in that environment, really empowered us to believe that we can create our lives, that we can create what we want our days to look like, and that we're not a victim to our life, that things aren't happening to us, but that we can impact how everything unfolds. So, and that's like a mindset that was previously never taught to us. You don't learn that in school, that's for sure. So this was really all very empowering. And, for me, myself, like I did a lot of reflection during that time. Like I would always love to read a book and then ask myself certain questions on how to apply that information. And I realized, I've loved music for so long. I've had this deep passion for music and singing. I just never thought that it was anything I could do with it. I just, it was just a hobby. But I was like, I'm going to do this. Like, I'm going to pursue my music career. So from that, and Jewel helped me, like we had to learn how to do everything in terms of creating a website for my music and marketing. How do we get people to know that, that I sing and like showcase this? And yes, I started a YouTube channel, and it just kind of all unfolded from there. And being around, that was a dream come true. Is like, after I've made that decision, the world and the universe just kind of seemed to put these opportunities in front of me. And the same will happen to you. If you really hold on, you decide in your mind what you're going to pursue, and you actively seek out information, and you learn and everything, you'll find that opportunities kind of come your way. And it was a dream come true to go touring across Canada with my music, releasing several albums, having a company, a decor company in Egypt, a luxury decor company in Egypt, purchase the rights to use my song Cleopatra in their commercial in Egypt. So it was just like things like that. It was just amazing. And it's just all from, following that inner fire that I had silenced for so long. So that's the whole snowball. And because we had experienced all those things, learned all those things, we're like, we're both so passionate about helping other creative entrepreneurs, help them believe first that they can do this, that they can do what they love for a living, and to also, help them with resources, and just share our knowledge from what we've learned. So yeah, that was
long story
short. That was a long story short, but that's why we kept that answer to last there.
Every so often we have someone on the live stream be like, how did you get started? And it's like, this is the story.
The story is told in different ways, but
there's different parts that we zoom in on. Yeah. There's more. Like, there's way more to zoom in on, because it's like there's lots that has happened in 10 years. Linda says, feel free to remove anything and everything that I stuffed in the journal. It's yours, so that you can do whatever you want. Don't feel bad if you want to change something. Thank you. I appreciate that. And I noticed that when you were going through the book, that you're okay with someone changing the journal that you have created. So that's really nice. Do we still have any of our greeting cards? I don't know.
That's a great question.
Hard to look.
If we did, I would not know where those are.
I'd have to look. Maybe it's like in my room at my parents' place.
Yeah, they would be stuffed away somewhere. But that's a great question, because that would be a good video to like dig those out and showcase that.
Yeah.
Hello,
hey,
John.
John. How are you doing? We're doing great. Summertime here in Vancouver, enjoying the outdoors and stuff, and still doing our thing. Lenny says, wow, do you have that commercial? Did you ever screen record it?
No, I don't.
Oh.
I don't have that commercial, and it's just kind of, it's lost in the abyss. They purchased a license for a certain amount of plays, and they didn't repurchase again. So I'm thinking that it was just kind of a limited time commercial that ran.
And you know what? We didn't even find out about it until some, like, Arit has, like, the song is called Cleopatra, right? Cleopatra is associated with Egypt. And so we had random people messaging
fans of my music
on Arit's music channel, commenting and messaging her on Twitter and on Facebook fan page, saying like, your song's being used in a commercial for, what was it, interior design or something?
Yeah, they were already fans from Egypt and the Middle East too. Like these,
they're from Egypt.
They were already subscribers to my YouTube channel, some followers of my Twitter, like Jewel mentioned, someone was reaching out to me on Twitter, and they had, they're the ones who brought it to my attention. And then I went over and checked, and I went to Audio Jungle to check out my account, and I saw that it was purchased. So that was super cool.
That was really cool that your fans were telling you, hey, your song's being used in here.
Your fans will look out for you.
Is it Denzel?
Denzel, that's how I would say it. Yeah.
That's really powerful. Thank you for sharing. Yeah, feel free to ask us any other questions. We love sharing our story, and we love encouraging other people, whatever you are into, like you, and this day and age, you can make a living off of it, like whatever it is.
Yeah, it's so much more like common now to have, you start your own business and create like a side hustle, but back then it was
crickets.
Yeah,
it was total
we
crickets.
were the odd ones out.
We were the weirdos in the coffee shop bringing the laptops.
Yes.
Everyone else had like books and newspaper and conversation.
Everyone thought we were students, actually. Yeah. We were still going to school.
They would always say, "Oh, are you students?
Studying?
Are you in university?" And sometimes I didn't want to have to, at the time, I didn't want to have to explain myself because it wasn't known. Like now when I say, "Oh, I'm a YouTuber," it's like, "Oh, crazy. Do you make ads? Do you make money on Google?" And it's like people sort of get it now and it's kind of cool. But back then it was like, "What? You're an online entrepreneur?" So sometimes when they would say, "Oh, are you a student?" I'd be like, "Yeah, I'm a student." Because I didn't really, sometimes you just want to put your hood on and just work. And I was like very much that kind of a person at the time. Lenny says, "Do you have all those collabs on your music website? That would be cool to see." Yeah, see if you can find that Egyptian commercial.
Yeah, I have some of the things that, like a bit of my story and everything on my music website, which is aritmusic.com. But, I haven't fully built out partners I've worked with and other well-known audio engineers, and like I haven't fully built out that part of it, but that's coming. There's a lot more that I can definitely hash out on that website. It's just one step at a time. But yeah, I'd love to, that makes me think, I wonder if I can find that commercial somehow and see, because it wouldn't be tagged with my name or anything.
No,
I'd have to search up the
company.
Which I can do.
John says, "I want to let you guys know that I have just registered my company called Affiliated Marketing and Web Design." Nice.
That's amazing. John has been tuning in to our live streams for a while, and I remember, John, when you were talking about possibly starting your business for web design, so that is a huge win. Thank you so much for sharing. That's amazing.
It's really cool to hear your guys' progress. Like we love hearing that you did this, you learned that, you took action on that. That's what it's all about.
Yes, absolutely.
Lenny says, "Oh, you are in Audio Jungle. How cool." Yeah, she has a couple songs on there. YouTubepreneur. Oh, that's a nice name.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I don't know if YouTube would, because it's copyrighted, right? YouTube.
There's like people are putting artipreneurs and
you can put artipreneur and creativepreneur. That's like not copyrighted.
YouTubepreneur is definitely the dawn of what's happening right now. There's so many YouTubepreneurs. Denzel says, "Since you spoke about the coffee shop experience, did you ever receive pushback from family or friends?"
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah. Like my family was always concerned that, that it wouldn't work out. And because the whole thing is that like what they grew up with is that going to school, getting a degree and getting a stable job. We saw this year, far from anything, that things aren't stable at all. But yeah, that was kind of the script, right? That worked for many people for many years. But that is just like, it was not something that I was excited about and thrilled about. Like after graduating from school, I was like, why am I not super thrilled and excited to start life? I've been going to school for so many years. All I've been doing is just studying, going to class. That's all for this thing called life. And now that it's here, why am I not excited? And that was just a huge eye opener. That made me realize that I wasn't doing what I wanted to do. I wasn't really fully pursuing life the way that I wanted to. So, telling my parents that I wanted to pursue my music, that I wanted to build my own business was probably one of the scariest moments of my life, one of the scariest days of my life. And I've done a lot of scary stuff, like adventure-wise and everything. But it was really tough. But I knew that if I didn't admit to them, then I'd kind of be doing this thing in secret. And when you do that, it's not fully committing. It's like telling yourself, oh, let me try this thing and see if it works before I tell anybody else, right? It's not real. I had to make it real, and I had to tell the people close to me, around me, whether that meant like I wasn't expecting excitement or support or anything from them. I just wanted them to know that I'm doing this and I'm going to do it no matter what. And you just have to push past it. It's tough. It's a tough spot to be in.
When you said, did you ever receive pushback from your family or friends? And it's like, totally, because 2010, like I said, it was a different time than it is now. Now it's like, you say you're starting an internet thing, and it's like, that is cool. You should be starting an internet thing. But back then, it was not known. And so when I told my mom that I'm dropping out of college, so I dropped out in my second year of college. Didn't get any certificate, bachelor, whatever degree, like nothing. I have none of those accolades. And when I told my mom that I was dropping out and I'm just going to go get a job, and I told my mom I'd rather not continue going to school, not knowing what I want, and like paying, an arm and a leg. Like, books were so expensive and you barely use them, or at least I barely use them. The textbooks were like hundreds of dollars. You'd get like 5 textbooks and it'd be like $1,000, and you barely use them. And then when you try to resell them later back to the school that you got them from, they pay you like a quarter of what you paid for it. And so I was like, I really didn't like the system. I really wasn't interested in anything that was there at the time that was being offered to me. And at the time, my mom and my family were pushing me to become a nurse. And there is a stereotype where Filipinos become nurses. And that's kind of what they just push you towards. They're like, okay, you're a Filipino girl, just go into nursing. And it's kind of what happens. And I did a major pushback, and I remember getting into like a ton of arguments with my mom. My dad was kind of like siding with my mom, but he wasn't like very opposed to what I was doing like my mom was at the time. And it's because they didn't understand it. They grew up in a different time. My mom was born in the Philippines and they didn't have electricity. She said they had to use lanterns and stuff. And then like oil lanterns, and then everything was black and white, and they didn't have TV. And then, here I am being like, I'm dropping out of school and doing whatever I want. So to her, I seemed like I was crazy. And I probably was. I probably did look like I was crazy, because like, you don't have any experience, don't have any education into it. You work at McDonald's, you want to drop out of nursing. I didn't get in yet, but I was on my way to like drop out of getting into nursing to go start some new thing, and it's not popular yet, so it's not proven.
You'll always get called crazy when you're doing something that's not with the grain, like if you're going against the grain, you will get called crazy. But if people weren't crazy, then you wouldn't have art, you wouldn't have innovation. There would be nothing about change.
When people evolution. Say we're crazy, when we go and do stuff, adventurous stuff or this stuff, and they're like, whoa, you guys are crazy. I'm like, yeah, I am crazy. I actually really like it when people react like that. And so, yeah, there was major pushback. Now, despite saying all that kind of stuff, now parents are totally on board. They love it. They're always asking how many subscribers we have now and all this kind of stuff. They still don't know exactly what we do. They know it has something to do with YouTube, but they don't really know.
Online
Yeah,
stuff.
they just say like
Online
you do
stuff.
online world. You just do YouTube. But now they love it and they're on board now. So they get it now.
Yeah, I think people need to see you show up consistently and be super committed year after year to this
We weren't
goal,
gonna
this
give
dream
up.
of yours. And I think once they saw that it wasn't going away, this is what
This
we're doing.
fad isn't stopping.
Yeah, then it's less of a phase or, just something you're trying to do, rather than like it becomes more real. And when you believe it's real and other people around you start to believe it's real, it's real. It's actually happening. Things will start to manifest for you.
Yeah, because like I remember around year 5, they're like, when are you going to go get a job? Like, when are you going to go and give this up? And it was like year 5. And I was like, I'm never giving up. So please stop asking me that. And yeah, like Arit said, year 1, year 2, all the way up to year 10, it's like, now it's like they know that we're never, ever going to give this up. So they don't even bother saying anything like that. They're just on board now.
John says, I'm going to start my YouTube channel next month because right now I'm doing research on Adobe Photoshop and After Effects. Cool. That's
Nice.
Amazing. We're going to ask you again next month how that's going and how your progress is. That's what these masterminds are for. Like, we love hearing about what you guys are doing and sharing your wins with us, and also your goals, what you want to achieve, because we're all like-minded here. We want to support each other and keep each other accountable too.
Well, he says, forget engineering and doctors, become a YouTuber. Yeah, I remember, like, because we've known each other since, grade 8, and it was always known that Arit Esselin was going to be a doctor, and that was her whole thing. And she was very studious. She took her schoolwork very seriously.
Yeah.
And she didn't get anything below an A. Like, Arit was one of those smart kids that, they always get the medals, and she actually did get the principal's medal honor roll, like, from grade 8 to 12.
Yeah, when you get good grades, it's pretty much your roster or career choices is like doctor, engineer, lawyer. So yeah, definitely couldn't see myself become a lawyer. That's for sure.
RG's in the house.
Hi, RG. How's it going?
Imagine Da Vinci traveling in time to see how far humanity had come. Smash the like button.
Yes, click like, guys, on the live stream if you're enjoying this. And thank you, Lenny, for always mentioning to smash the like button.
RG says you deserve a certificate of awesomeness. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
I used to, back then I was always like, I don't have a degree, and like I was always like ashamed because like all my other friends had bachelors and certificates and completions of whatever, but now I'm like, no, I didn't even need that. Sometimes crazy is good. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hashtag nailed it. We say that all the time. Like, we say that phrase whenever we finish something, something went well, we're always like, nailed it.
Yeah, you have to acknowledge that you did it, that you nailed it, that you got it done, that it was a win. So yeah, we use that saying all the time. And I don't know about you, but I also always, like, I say to myself, easy. This is going to be easy.
Mm-hmm.
Because it just kind of makes things like takes away the resistance. Yeah. Whenever you're working on a new project, it takes away the resistance of it, the frustration, the stress, when you go into it going like, this is going to be easy. I got this. Like, just saying that to yourself, you're already coming in with that attitude, and it works. It seriously works. I've been saying that a lot lately.
I remember we had a personal trainer, and we were doing like hard stuff, like a circuit, a set, and it was tough. And he would always go, easy.
Yeah.
And it actually helped when he would say that.
Yeah. It would be like a really heavy kettlebell circuit.
Totally panting. You're out of it, completely gassed.
And you could, like, you're struggling, right? But as soon as you put it down, because you finished your set, he'll be like, easy. Okay, let's move on. Yeah, great attitude.
John says, you guys have really motivated me to be my own boss. I am really working hard now too. See, that's
So
that's
cool to hear,
literally what
John.
we live for. Like, you guys taking your own power, realizing that you have power, everybody has power to do your own thing, to be your own boss. That is what this whole thing is all about for us. That's literally what we live for. And it's like, that's what we feel our purpose is, because we managed to get through all the crap and the crud and figure it out ourselves. And I was like, I know what this feels like, and I want to help other people feel this way too.
Yeah, it really, and it really helps to have people who believe in you, and because you might be in a space where you have friends or family that don't, like, they're just kind of watching you from the sidelines,
Seeing what's
what can happen.
Can you do?
Well, waiting for you to like take a false step or something, right?
Oh, and there's a ton of false steps that we took.
And you will, yeah, you will, absolutely. But you have to keep going. If this is really what you want, then go for it, man. Just go for it. Don't live your life for other people or according to a script that maybe worked in the past many years ago, but it's not working for you. This is your life. You only get one life, so make the most of it.
I remember the first time we made our first money, like our first real thing of money. It was like $500 in one day, and we were like, oh my God, we made $500.
That was amazing.
Even both of us working our full 9 to 5 jobs.
Yeah.
Full day, 8 hours, wouldn't even add up to $500 for both of us combined. So I remember, like, that was a game changer. That really made me see that, having the same amount of paycheck come in every week, every 2 weeks was like, it's like, how are you ever going to get ahead? Like, how are you ever going to be able to do more stuff or get more things that require more income?
Yeah. And when you realize that you don't have to work harder to earn more money, you just need to, like, I know this whole phrase, work harder, or don't work harder, work smarter. But when you realize that you're working less amount of hours and you're getting more money from that, and in those hours you're doing what you enjoy, that is the day. You will remember that day forever. And that is a day you will always think back to whenever you're having a rough time in your business, because that's really going to motivate you to keep pushing forward. It's going to be so different for you, especially if you're coming from like a regular 9 to 5 job where you weren't getting paid very much and you weren't doing what you enjoyed. That $500 day, that was a $500 sale that we made. We got a client for web design.
And we had taught ourselves web design.
Oh yeah, previous to that, like, we learned, because this was back when I had already built my website using Wix, the back then Wix of 2010.
Not the Wix now. Wix was very different 10 years ago.
And I didn't like what Wix was back then, so we taught all of ourselves about WordPress and building WordPress websites, and we had built one for ourselves, and we're promoting we could help you showcase your best self and put your best foot forward. So we actually had someone who was she sewed these different bags,
purses.
Yeah, she would sew these purses
from scratch. Like,
it was
really
so
good.
Cool. She was a creative entrepreneur too, and she bought our very first website design offer from us, and that was really cool.
And it happened like so randomly too. That's why it's important to put yourself out there, because
you don't know who's watching.
You don't know who's going to mention your name to someone else. Yeah. And so how we even got that was Reet was at the time taking like acting classes, and the director of the company or whatever, she mentioned to him that she does websites. And then when that lady who came in, her daughter was also doing acting lessons. Her daughter was younger at the time. And I guess them two were talking without our knowledge. And he had mentioned to her that, oh, Orit is a fellow student here. She does websites. Here, I'll give you her contact.
Yeah.
And then one thing led to another. And then it was like, boom, $500 check at the Waves coffee shop. And we're like, what?
So
this is crazy.
Keep sharing what you do. Keep telling people and posting your wins and sharing what you do with other people. Because you never know who's listening, and you'll never know who will need your service later down the road as well.
Linda says, the dread is in your head.
T-shirt design, Linda, you're full of them.
It's all in your head.
I love it.
RG Titan says, are you guys heavy into email marketing? How big is your list? So that is one of our weaknesses, and we are totally cool saying that. We have not been paying attention to email marketing until this year. So our list is not big at all.
Well, we
have neglected it.
Like we have 56,000 students in our courses, so that's kind of we use that to communicate with our students on.
But it's not a true email list.
Yeah, in terms of like our own, like
Aweber,
MailChimp, that kind of thing. We started building that back in the day. We had reached like a few thousand in that list, but
it's dead now.
It's something that we didn't keep up with, and like
we neglected it.
It was kind of like, oh, I don't want to just all of a sudden out of the blue send an email out now to that list, because we're not spamming anyone. We hate that. We hate it when we get emails out of the blue from people we don't even remember subscribing to. So that's why, we
literally started from scratch this year.
We started a new list. Now we're building our list with our YouTube guide, our content planning guide. That just started. And we're using GetResponse for growing our email list.
And we've known that we needed to do our email list for the longest time, but we chose to focus on other things like our YouTube channel and our courses and stuff. So now it's come to the point where we have, things under control, and we have a system that we were like, okay, we need to get back into doing a real email list this time. And Orit has done a great job with creating that 12-page PDF of the YouTube ideas. Some of you guys are subscribed to that. That was one of the plans for us to get back into our email marketing.
Yeah. And this whole time, without a proper email list, we've just been selling our products and services through YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube has been kind of our
and
list.
Also leveraging other platforms too, like for our course sales and stuff like Udemy and Skillshare as well, which have their own traffic, but our list is basically attached to these other platforms.
Yeah.
So we have actually over 100,000 people in our list, but this list isn't ours, like our own.
We don't have their emails
dispersed around like Udemy, YouTube, and like all these places. So
we don't have their emails.
It's something we're improving
and
on.
We have to use other people's platforms. So we realized after many things that, we finally need to get our email list, like our email list. And so one of the things, like 2 things we're working on this year is that email marketing and also the Facebook group community. We made a decision in December of 2019 to be like, let's wake up this group and have a real community this time.
Yeah, absolutely. And Lenny, I see your question here. Can you invite your course students to the Facebook group? Yeah, you absolutely can. And you need to be
educational about it.
Yeah, you need to do it in a non-promotional way. So absolutely. Like if I have a post in the Facebook group, and I have done this in the past, I can send an educational announcement out to my Udemy students and have them come check that out. Actually, they would need to be approved. So the thing is with Udemy is like you can't they can't provide an email address to you, but I'm sure you can request to join or something like that. I don't know about that, but as long as
We'd
it's
have to
educational and you're not asking for information from them directly in order to give them that educational information, then you're okay.
Phil says, one of my subscribers sent me a power tool this week for free, which was really nice of him. So having a YouTube account, having a YouTube account, you can come across.
Absolutely,
some really cool. Oh God, yeah.
So many opportunities like that.
That's so cool. So they sent you a power tool just like for you to just do a review, or just here's a cool power tool, enjoy type thing.
That's really awesome. Because I mean, we get sponsors or companies sending us information or products, but one of your subscribers, that's really cool.
We've had some people like send us some cool, what do you call it? Like Smarty Cartoons sent us like a whole package because he's a cartoonist. So he sent us like a bunch of magnets and all this kind of stuff that he does, art and stuff.
Yeah.
And we've had some of our viewers give us like tips, like donations and tips.
Yeah.
We used to have this PayPal link in our description, which I think you took out.
Yeah, I don't think it's there anymore. It was like, buy us a cup of coffee or something, or show us your support, or if you found this video helpful, buy us a cup of coffee, or keep us fueled, or something like that. Yeah, I don't think I put that.
Yeah, you took that out. We are approved for the subscription now, the YouTube subscription memberships.
Yeah.
So when you hit 30,000 YouTube subscribers, you can turn on subscriptions, and you give people like different levels. It's kind of like a Patreon. You give people different levels and they get access to different things. And so we have that, but we haven't turned it on yet because we haven't thought of like the different levels of the subscriptions yet. And I'm waiting to do that because I want to do a tutorial video.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. When we set that up, there'll be a video going out on the channel about that. So, yeah, it's like, I don't know if you guys have seen when you go on some YouTube channels, they have the join button.
Yeah.
So you're actually becoming a member of that, and there's like perks and stuff for that. So,
I really want to think about that and give like really cool perks to people.
Phil says, I never expected free stuff from people, but it's just nice to know how some people really appreciate what you do. You'll get a lot more of that, Phil. Trust me, you really will.
The more you put out,
yeah,
the more you'll get back in. It's crazy how it works. Like, I'm just focused on helping people and providing cool tutorials, and then it comes back to you, and it's crazy.
I think it's sweeter when you're not expecting anything. You just want to help people. You want to be a resource for people, and then out of the blue, you get these like cool little prizes and appreciation gifts and stuff. It's really neat.
I feel totally humbled when some of you guys post in the group. Like when you do a post, like I get so excited. I'm like, oh my God, so-and-so posted and said they created a bench or they created a YouTube video. And like, I get excited when you guys share in the group. So please continue to do so.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're coming up here. We already passed the hour. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. For those of you who watched the William Hung interview, that was a really cool moment for me. And if you guys haven't seen it, check it out. William has a great message and a great story.
Yes.
So I highly recommend checking it out. And
and for those of you who popped in later in this live stream, we will be doing. So we will have our regular Thursday weekly mastermind live stream next week. We will partly be on our cleanse, so just a disclaimer and a warning for you guys.
If we look like all like, and we're not.
So that is 6 p.m. PST on Thursday, but we also have another live stream on Tuesday. So we'll be interviewing a guest, Rob Balasabas
from TubeBuddy.
He's the brand evangelist from TubeBuddy, and he'll be sharing all about how to grow a successful online community with your area of expertise and with your passion. So that's on Tuesday, July 14th at 6 p.m. PST as well.
So next week we'll be doing 2 live streams.
Yes. And Lenny, yes, the shout out wheel. So our member feature will be coming back for next Thursday. So if you guys want a little shout out in our live streams, be sure to be ready. Come to that live stream on Thursday. Thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight and hanging out with us. We really appreciate you. And as always, we'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.